get away from Microsoft Access or whatever you've been using to learn about databases, and we're going to try something online. And this is called Cockroach Labs Cloud or CockroadDB. And this is a real thing. It's not a joke. It might sound a little gross to some of you. I'm going to go through the whole process of setting this up, setting up a database, creating some tables, and inserting some data. So hold on. If you've only been working with Access, this is going to set you up on a real Postgres database, and you're going to be able to do a lot of the commands that you normally would do on your own. And everything's based on the cloud, so you don't have to install anything. You do have to sign up for an account, which is free. So I'm going to go ahead and sign up for an account and get you all started here. So I'm going to sign up for one of my accounts. And I'm going to go and do one of my Google accounts, and I agree to create just one account. I'm going to create an account here. And while that's doing that, this is a great way to learn. And so this is for personal use. So I click on personal use, go to next step. So I'm going to say it's personal learning or project, the student. Then I'm going to say, no, I don't have an app. And I'm going to click next down here, which is under my name there. And this gives you some information about what CockroadDB is, how it works, some of the information. I just want to get started. Multi-region setup. I'm just going to keep clicking next. Back. I'm just going to exit here, actually. And I get to this page where it says to create a cluster. I'm going to create a cluster. A cluster is just a collection of machines. And I'm going to use the free serverless. Obviously, this is something that's free, so probably not going to have the best capacity, but we'll start for free. And it's going to give me a random cluster name here. That's fine. I'll keep whatever they give me. And right now, what it's doing is instantiating the cluster. So it's starting up a serverless machine. It's getting everything set for me. It's creating a database. It asked me to create a SQL user, right? You don't want to generally use root. So I'm going to generate and save the password. I don't want to reveal my password, but I'll reveal my username. Click next. It gives you some more details. I'm not going to care about any of this. So here we are. I'm set up with a database already. And we are going to use, and so if I click on databases, I will see what's being set up here. And my machine is still going. Maybe there's nothing set up. Maybe there is. Let's see. Taking a little bit longer than I expected. Okay. So let me go back to databases. That took a little bit longer. Okay, so it did set up these databases. I'm going to move myself around here. It did set up these databases, Postgres, default DB, and system. Right, so we know this is a Postgres database. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go to SQL Shell. SQL Shell is actually going to be at the bottom here, so I'll move myself around again. I'm going to get myself off the screen now. Okay, and so I can start entering database commands, right? And so I actually have a bunch of commands already set up in my Google Doc. And listen to my other video on how I use ChatGPT to actually create these commands. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to create these tables. And these are tables that we use in are used in some of the classes that I teach. And when I run that command, that should actually create those tables. I don't see an error messages, and I've checked this in the past, so that means that these tables are good. I can actually go and say show tables. I can type in my command, show tables. I'm going to click run. Fantastic. And now I see the table tables that I've added: customer, guide, reservation, trip guides. I also leverage ChatGPT to do some insert statements. So I insert into guide, run, And let's see if they all work. I'm going to insert into customer. That one seems to work. I'm going to insert into trip. Get all of that information. These are my insert statements, and I'm not reviewing any of the syntax here. I've tried this before, so I know it's right. This one may fail on me, and I'll show you why. Because this depends on some of the IDs. Yes, so this one fails on me because it's essentially saying that, hey, I've entered a trip ID that doesn't exist. And that's because of how I've created my tables above, where I've sort of set the ID to be something that may change over time. So let me just query from trip. I'm going to run this, and I'm going to see my ID is different, right? So see, so my ID is that one. And I'm still going to fail because my customer is going to be different, right? So I knew that was going to happen. I just wanted to show you what would happen here. And I'm going to type my command. I'm typing faster. There's a little bit of a lag there, and that's quite all right. So I see that my customer number is actually this one ending in 85. Put that in there. And now this should succeed. Fantastic. And the last entry that I have here is an insert into TripGuides. And I think that the only thing I need to change here is the trip ID, which is this one, the new one. Click run. All right. So that all works. If I were to query, I can query my database from reservation. And there you have it. In less than 10 minutes, I would say, we set up a database on a CockroadDB. We've created tables. We've inserted some information, and I will copy some of those commands for you and put them on the description of the video. But listen to my other video on how I actually created some of these create table statements using ChatGPT. And so that was pretty interesting, and I got some pretty interesting results that I will review in that video. So if you get a chance, review that video on creating SQL statements using